The very latest on that missing mother of two who was last seen jogging more than a week ago near her California home. Her husband took a lie detector test, and ABC's Kana Whitworth joins us from Los Angeles with those results. Good morning, Kana.
Yeah, Amy, good morning. So her local officials are saying her husband's polygraph test indicates that he had no involvement with her disappearance, adding that they were also able to confirm his whereabouts the day she went missing.
Overnight, authorities ruling out Keith Papini, the husband of California supermom Sheri Papini, saying he is not a suspect in her disappearance.
It is very difficult for me and for my family. I would never wish this feeling upon anybody. It is taking its toll on me. You never think you'd be in a position like this.
Police saying the 32-year-old passed a polygraph test and that they found no physical evidence suggesting he had any involvement in his wife's vanishing.
We were able to corroborate the information that he was at work.
Keith says he last saw his wife 10 days ago, reporting her missing after she didn't pick up their two children from daycare. Authorities say she was last seen jogging on this rural road near their home. Keith says he used the Find My iPhone app to locate his wife's cell on the side of the road. He says her headphones were still attached, entangled with strands of hair. Keith believes she was abducted.
I'm getting very angry and frustrated, and I'm scared for my wife.
ABC News has learned police have suspended the ground search for the missing 34-year-old. Detectives now scouring surveillance video, poring through hundreds of tips, and combing through her cell phone, looking for any possible clues.
Electronic data can be very valuable. Our lives and everyday actions and what we do are in cell phones.
While authorities are trying to determine if her disappearance was voluntary or involuntary, Sheri's sister says she would never abandon her children.
Please bring her home to her family. They absolutely adore her, and it's breaking our hearts that she can't come home.
Now, family members say that Sheri had called dibs on making sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving. The family also offering up a $50,000 reward for her safe return. Amy.
All right, Kana, thank you. And joining us now for more on this is our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. And Dan, we just heard that authorities say the husband passed that lie detector test, but we know those results aren't allowed in court. So how reliable are they?
They're reliable. They're not quite reliable enough to make them admissible in court. But it wasn't just the lie detector test here. It was also that they were able to confirm his whereabouts. So I think that the lie detector test was the final piece in this. They had investigated, they had determined they didn't think he was involved. He agreed to take a lie detector test, then he passes it. Lie detector tests very often used for exactly this reason, investigations, but not admissible in courtrooms.
Okay, and we know that authorities in these types of cases almost always look at the spouse first, and how significant is it that authorities officially announced that they cleared him? And what are your impressions of how he's acted in these days that followed her disappearance?
Well, I think he's doing exactly what the authorities want a spouse to do, which is fully cooperate. Didn't hire a lawyer, agreed to take a lie detector test, said, let me do anything and everything that I can. It's a big deal that the authorities are coming out publicly and saying, we don't think he's involved. Now, some police officials would say you should never officially clear anybody because you never know. Except in a high-profile case when people are suspecting him and questioning him, I think it's a good thing if the authorities are convinced he wasn't involved to come out publicly and say it.
All right. Thank you so much, Dan, and we'll see where the case goes from
Absolutely.
here.